So Alpha Network system is a huge system, but it's a simple system as well. It's nothing difficult in here. It's all very, very intuitive, and it's all very, very easy to work with as well. Okay. Now, we have got some API keys that we need to set up, Cloudflare and Namecheap. If anybody is struggling with that, we do have step-by-step guides in the member area, but if you're still struggling with that, mention it in the Skype group, okay? And we will get one of the VAs to help you get set up, okay? I've got 3 full-time VAs that can help with this kind of stuff, so there's no reason to be stuck. There's no reason not to get, not to get set up. If you get stuck with things like the API keys, just ask for help. I've got 3 full-time VAs, and any of those can step in and help you out. You might have to give them some login details. If you're comfortable with that, then we can help you. If you're not comfortable with that, then you have to go through the step-by-step guides that we provided with the screenshots inside the member area. So there's no reason to be sort of stuck or stagnant or not using the system. It's a very, very good system, and it will just keep improving over time, but you need to get started with it. You need to start using it, and you will get the benefits, okay? Right, so where do we start? Let's go back over to this document over here. Okay, so the things we're going to cover today, and it could be a longer webinar. Don't worry about it. If we don't cover everything, we will do 10 webinars in total so that we can go and recap towards the end everything that we have covered and everything we have learned, okay? So it's not a race, as I mentioned before. It's a gradual process, understanding the system, understanding what PBNs are and how they work and how we're using them, and being able to navigate around the desktop software so you've got really easy management in every possible way for a PBN system, okay? Now, one of the problems I've always had with PBNs has always been being able to manage them properly. By that I mean being able to post into them, being able to find content that I could use properly with those PBNs that I had either purchased or I had rented. Okay, I used to rent something like 85 PBN sites, and I was paying, I think, about $350 per month to hire to rent those 85 PBN sites. I never got to use them properly because there was always an issue trying to post into them. So this is kind of what inspired the Alpha Networks system, is that I just got tired of this. I thought people need an easier, better solution that is low cost, that is affordable, that we can build them up and we can post into them easily, that we can manage it to get the content easily, that we can have unique content, that we can do tiered backlinking, and that we can add sites easily as well, and that we can work in group networks as well. Okay, so if you purchase the OTO1, you can work within groups with other members, okay? As long as they've got that version or higher, then you can work with them, which will save you a lot of money, because when you're purchasing things like expired domains, even at $10 each, if you buy 50 domains times $10, that's $500. Okay, so you need to be able to, work in groups. If you can find other people that you can work with, then it's going to save you a bunch of money. Plus, you will build up the amount of sites that you got much, much quicker as well. Okay, and you can build them up nicely that way, where you're sharing the costs, you're getting more domains that everybody can use within your group, and you're able to maximize the system that we got here. Okay, so first of all, let's cover registering domains. Now, I like to use Namecheap, and I tend to use just one account. Okay, some people have been asking about the Namecheap account creator. We have a separate tool for that, but what I decided to do was get it added into the Alpha Networks desktop tool, which we will cover in today's webinar as well. That should be in there hopefully today or tomorrow. Okay, he's just double checking the code on that. He's retesting it. We will add it in as an extra tab inside the Alpha Networks posting tool. Now, if you have got any other tool like Video Send Alpha or Livestream Alpha, then you will have inside, or even Traffic Scout Alpha, which I've got open here. You will see that when you go into the home button in here, that you will have an Alpha Networks tab where you just put in your username and password, etc., and you can go and add a post into these video sites, bookmark sites, blog sites, etc., whatever you've got, okay? But we'll concentrate today with the Alpha Networks poster. Okay, so this will be built out. You will start to see a lot more tabs coming in. You will start to see an account creator button up here as well. And you will see some extra things like the Namecheap account creator and some other things that I've got planned to add this week, okay? So another couple of days maximum, we should start to see some extra buttons appear here, extra features appear here, okay? So registering domains, what I like to use is Namecheap, and I use just one Namecheap account for all of this, okay? And how we do it is basically we go into our Namecheap account, and if you're logged in, you can come down to the profile in here. You will see that you have got, let me just click on profile. You will see when you come down, you've got this area here for address book, okay? In this address book, you will notice I've got 23 addresses, okay? And we can click on manage. Now, I don't use GoDaddy, so I can only really show you in Namecheap, but if you're familiar with GoDaddy, then you should have the same kind of settings that you can use. And you can see in here, I've got a whole bunch of profiles in here. And that means that when I'm registering a domain, I can register under different names every single time, okay? So every now and again, I go and get my virtual assistants to go and do another 10 or another 5 or whatever, whenever they've got some time or I don't have time to go and find tasks for them to do. This is one of the things that they will go and do periodically, and they will just set these up. So I might set up, you know, a couple of bookmark sites, a couple of video sites, a couple of HTML blogs under each of these, okay, and we can build them out and keep that sort of footprint away, if you like. Okay, now when we are purchasing the domains, there's two things that we can do to be able to get that information, to be able to put it into Namecheap or GoDaddy or whatever registrar you're using, okay? We can use this website here called domaiниq.com, and what it will do is it will find the previous registration details for the previous owner of that particular domain that you purchased, okay? So we can search for a domain in here and it will pull it all back and you'll be able to see everything in there, and you can just simply copy and paste it into Namecheap. And the other way that we can do it is to use fakenamegenerator.com, where you just create a brand new one, but this is giving you some sort of random names and addresses and information that we can use every single time. Okay, so we can just come and copy and paste into Namecheap.com so that we've always got different profiles being created. Now, I don't want to dig too deep into those. They're just very, very intuitive. All you're doing is getting the information, copy and paste it into your Namecheap account and save it as part of your profile addresses, and you're ready to go. You can use those for those particular domains, okay? Now, probably the best out of the two is to use the previous owner's information with Domain IQ. I've got a big mix of using either this or this, okay? I don't stick to either one. Sometimes if I find a really good domain, I might go and use Domain IQ. But for speed, fake generator, fakenamegenerator.com is quick and easy, and we can just get our domains purchased quickly and added into the system, okay? Now, if you still to add anything into the system, it's really easy. Once you've got your API keys set up, all you need to do is come over here, click on where it says create a new blog, you put in your domain name, your domain URL, okay, and you can put in a title. So we can put in, for this one, for example, again, more customers today, for example. So that might be my title of my website. And then I can put in a description. Give it a description. Don't worry too much or overly about, you know, the keywords and titles and descriptions and all that kind of stuff. It's good to have it in there. What's really more important is that we are creating sort of different titles and different descriptions for every single site. Don't be lazy with this part. It's very, very quick and easy to do, okay? It's not always about keywords within this particular area here. What we want to do is just make sure we got unique content going in here, okay? So if you've got, say, 10 lead generation sites, You don't want to put in there things like, lead generation software 10 times. You can see here that I deliberately kept it out of the title. What we can do is we can have a setting added into our system where we can put in here, for example, a shortcode, which will get added this week, where we can put in a shortcode, site URL, something like that. Okay, so then we will be able to put our keywords in the site URL, and that way it's going to be quick and easy to do. Now in here, once you've done that, it's really super simple. You can choose what kind of site you want to use. You can click in here, so if you've already added your Namecheap API. You can click in here if you've already added Cloudflare, and you can add a logo as well, okay? And just click on save, and it's literally that easy to add sites into the system. It really is that easy. It's super, super simple and nothing hard to do there at all. Now, once you have got your sites inside the Alpha Network system, you can see I'm actually in the admin area here, so I've got more tabs than what you've got. If you go into my websites, they should be appearing here, okay? And once you've got your sites added in there, if you want to share them with other members within a group, all you need to do is you can come over to where it says Actions next to the domain name. Click on this, and we can click on Manage Users. And you can simply start to type in the username or an email address of the person that you want to work with within a group who's also an Alpha Networks member. And as you do that, then you can add them into the sites that you want, okay? So let me just see if I can put in admin here, because I don't know anybody else's username at the moment. Okay, see if I've got one for John Curry. I do a lot of typos, guys. If you've never seen me doing webinars before, you're going to have a laugh with the amount of typos that I do. Can somebody give me a username, please? One user, somebody's username that we can just give you an example of this. If you can put it in the chat box. Polish, yeah, as long as they're a member of, okay, thanks, Polish. If somebody's a member of Alpha Networks, then yes. Hold on a second. I think because I'm in the admin here, I've done something not quite right. Let me just click up here to manage your users, search, and this should pull back your account. And for some reason it's not. I've done something wrong. What I will do is I will get this double checked later today, okay? And we will do a short webinar on this, a short video on this. But usually what we do is we just put in the name. It should actually auto-populate so that we can add that person into that particular site so that they can use it as well. I think it's because I'm in the admin area. I might be in the admin sites in here. Let's click on edit to see. Yeah. Well, Ash, this is your username, or do you have an email that I can double check with? That's why, because you don't have the OTO1. That's why, because you need to have the OTO1 or above. Can somebody else give me a username, please? Bridge and Mario, when was that launch? It was over the weekend. I sent 2 or 3 emails for it on JVisa. It wasn't a big launch. It was kind of low-key. I just wanted to get some extra people in. We didn't really approve a lot of affiliates for it either. There was no major affiliates promoting it. It wasn't a proper sort of major product launch like we normally do. Just quiet, low-key weekend kind of promotion thing. Can anybody who purchased the OTO1 or higher can give me the username, and I can show you how this works. It won't work with Polish username because he doesn't have OTO1 or above. Okay, we can come back to that. If somebody wants to give me them, we can come back to that. But basically, that's what will happen. You put the username, and it should really pre-populate there. Then you can add that person to the site, okay? Yeah, Bridget and Maria is still available. If you go over to the document that I just shared with you. If you scroll right down to the bottom, you will see a link down there. Okay. You can see the link at the very bottom of the document where you can go and purchase it. It's gone up in price since then. It was 47, it's now 67. It will be 97 in a few days. We had some people who came in late, so I didn't put it up too much just yet. Okay, very, very good value for this. You get your domains that you put in here, guys, they will never disappear. Okay, what we decided to do with this is to make it affordable for everybody according to what they use. Okay, now I've used systems in the past, some very, very good systems like Easy Blog Networks. Fantastic system, it's absolutely brilliant, but you pay per domain. Okay, you pay per amount of domains. So for example, if you got 50 domains with them, you're paying about $99 per month or more. I can't remember the pricing, but it was around about $99. Now if I didn't use those domains and to post into, then I would still have to pay that every single month. And what we've done is with our sites, we have built our own scripts for the websites, and we'll continue to add new templates and stuff over time as well. But these are very, very lightweight. They're not heavy like WordPress. And by doing that and by using Cloudflare, that means we can get the price right down, which is why a lot of people can come in and get free lifetime hosting with massive amounts of credits, okay? Because we did it as affordable as possible. You will only pay for future posting credits. So if you use up your initial 5,000 or 10,000 credits if you bought the OTOs, then you can go and buy another 5,000 credits for $47, okay? That way you're not being penalized just for hosting the sites. You're only paying for your usage. So if you don't use it, then you've got it there. You can come back to it in 2 years' time or 3 years' time. It will still be there with your sites on it, okay? And you can purchase more credits at that time. So it's always going to be there when we're not going to charge you for these sites. They're very, very lightweight. They don't cost us a lot of money to host. So that way we can keep it really affordable. And that's what, is one of the very, very unique things about the Alpha Network system, is that it's affordable for everybody. Later, we will add some more expensive stuff like IP4 IPs, as well as, using the Cloudflare. But when we look at the prices for IP4 for the Class C kind of hosting, we're looking at approximately wholesale price for us to purchase between $1.50 and $2 per IP. So you can see how these systems, the other systems, get very, very expensive very, very quickly. Okay, it will be added at some point. WordPress hosting will be added at some point, but it's not a priority right now. This is working pretty well as it is, and you can do a mix of your own PBN sites, where we're giving you a poster to be able to post into WordPress sites as well. So if you've got any existing PBN sites, you can post into them. You can still manage them from within the desktop tool. But with this, we've got low-cost options that we can use this for sort of more aggressive and more flexible tiered linking, okay? If you've got any questions at any point, just add into the questions box, okay? Jill, okay, Snapfinger, let's see if we can find you in the system. Not yet. Jill, did you purchase the OTO one? Yeah, I need to know if you purchased. Okay, then I've got something not working in the system. We will get that fixed. That's a very, very quick fix. Okay, but this is how we would do it, and we'll be able to add those person into your domains. Okay. Karen document is the one that I shared at the beginning. I'll share it one more time with you. Copy the link, done, and I'll post it into everybody or send it to all. That's the link for the document, okay? This is the document we're going through right now. Okay, just give me a second and I will make a note of anything I come across that needs to be tweaked. And that should be fixed within a few hours. Okay, right now, we covered registering domains, some basics about, the different profile names. Okay. Now, where do we get domains? This is the big question that everybody probably has in their mind. Now, my recommendation, you can see down here on the first page, you can see we've got 5 different ways that we can get them, okay? My recommendation would be to use SEPDrive. If you want slightly higher quality domains, use pbnhq.com. Now, let me show you SEPDrive first, and you'll see how this works. And this is something that you can do with other people, whether you're working in group networks or not, because SEPDrive will give you a whole bunch of domains that you can go and purchase. They do some spam filtering, so they will be looking for words like sort of adult keywords or Viagra or that kind of stuff, gambling kind of keywords. They'll be looking for the anchor text sort of area of some of the SEO metric sites and checking to see if they have got, you know, those kind of keywords that we would try to avoid otherwise, so that it will kind of semi-automate doing the spam checking, and it will be probably good enough that you're going to find some very, very, very good domains, okay? Now you can see in here that I've already done some crawls, and the crawls are costing something like $19 for one time. And it goes and finds a whole bunch of domains, okay? So you can see in here it's crawled something like 649,000 pages got crawled here. It found 10,000 domains, okay? Now those 10,000 domains, I can go and check the spam filtering on them. I can go and check the quality of the domains. I can go and check things like the SEO metrics, etc. So if I just click on one of these and I click on view the domains, it's going to load the domains that it found. Just expand this on. You can see we can get 100 in here. Now when I go in here, what you can see is that we can find what a TLD is, the trust flow, the citation flow, the number of referring domains. This is something we need to be aware of, okay? So if we got high amount of backlinks but very, very few referring domains, that's not so good, okay? What we want to do is have a decent amount of referring domains according to the amount of backlinks. So you can see this top one up here. It's got 216,000 backlinks coming from 9 domains. Okay, that might be because he's got a ton of YouTube videos, he's got a ton of tweets or something like that. It's not always a really hugely negative thing, but when you see the amount of backlinks like this, it's not making sense, okay? That tells me there could be a problem with that particular domain, okay? When we come down a little bit more, you can see this one's only got 230 backlinks coming from 7, okay? So this one here has got like 49 backlinks from 15 different domains. The ratio is a bit more balanced, okay? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for things with the ratio is a little bit more balanced, okay? You're not always going to find a ratio as good as that. That's like 3-to-1 almost, okay? But that would be not a bad domain to purchase, and it's got a good trust flow, it's got a good citation flow, and therefore we've got an idea that as Majestic seem to give this a good trust flow, then we've got a good idea that it's going to be a reasonably good domain, okay? We can do further checking with it, and you need to go over to Majestic or Moz, and you want to go through the backlink profile, okay? So if you get access to any of those tools, then they are very, very useful to use. If you don't have access to those kind of tools, you can get a trial. You find people selling access for 1 or 2 weeks on Fiverr, etc. There's ways to access this kind of stuff that is not going to break the bank. Okay, so what we're looking for with SEPDrive is to be able to go through these domains, and we might go and pick out 3 or 4 domains that we like. Okay, or if you're working within a group, then you can, you know, share the cost of the $19 cost, and I think I got something like 300 and, let me just check. I think it was about 385 domains they gave me for this search. Okay, and it's really super simple to use. So what we can do is we can come into new crawls, and we can click on run a new crawl, and you need to have some credits in the system to be able to use it. Okay, and we can choose automatic seed lists, which is what I do. And we can choose in here from the different niches. So I might choose computers. I might choose society, for example. Okay, regions to include, you can have that added in there as well. So you might want to put in United States, European Union, or whatever. I usually keep it all regions. I'm not that fussy when it comes to this. Okay, and then you can start your crawl, and you just run that and give it some time, and they will email you when they finish crawling, and you can get big lists of domains that you can instantly find, you know, decent ones from the results that they give you. Okay, so I'm just load this up one more time. So you can see I've got mine sorted by the trust flow. And we can see we've got some very, very good trust flow up here. Now I did some guidelines on the Google document. If we scroll down just a little bit more, I've got in here, I'm just going to make this highlighted in yellow so that it will stand out. You can find it very, very easily. Let's go into the highlight part here. Make it a little bit darker actually. Okay, so you can find this easily, okay? Now what I normally do is I get my virtual assistants to go and check the domains. The ones that I like, I might go and find maybe 20 or 30. I will get them to go and check in Ahrefs and in Moz as well. And what we're looking for is anything over trust flow 15 is good. Anything above 20 is even better, obviously, okay? Ahrefs, anything domain rating 40 or plus is good, okay? Moz trust, this is not domain authority, this is Moz trust, okay? It's a little bit similar to the trust flow of Majestic. Anything above 4 is good. If you can get a domain with all 3 of these metrics, I would suggest you make this into a blog, okay? Anything that is kind of, you know, it's got some of this but not all of it, might be good enough for things like social bookmark sites and video sharing sites for you to create, okay? Don't discount them because it's very, very easy to be able to bump the metrics. But the truth is, with all of these sort of SEO metrics and kind of algorithms provided by companies like Moz and companies like Majestic, they are not Google, okay? They are putting an educated guess into what the algorithm should feed back as far as the SEO metrics, but they are not Google. They're a good indication, but still only Google really, really knows what is important, okay? They probably are very, very close, but there's probably some stuff they don't know about, okay? So, you know, use it as a guide, and it's a pretty decent guide, but one of the things I would tell you to always look for, the number one thing to always look for, is to see the number of referring domains according to number of backlinks. Because in here it's saying it's got a trust flow of 24. I wouldn't go near that with the barge pole because the amount of backlinks and the amount of referring domains is too few compared to the amount of backlinks. I just would not go near that domain at all, not even for a social bookmark site, okay? So you got to remember that these services or these companies like Moz, Majestic, Ahrefs, they are putting an educated guess, but they are not Google. They can get things wrong as well, okay? Just always check the referring domains compared to the number of backlinks. Here's another good one here, and it's got 189 to 189 referring domains for 956 backlinks. That's pretty good. But look at the type of domain, instantcreditreport.org.uk. I would definitely want to go and reverse engineer this, see where it's getting its backlinks from, see what kind of keywords are in its anchor text. Okay, and you can do that by using Moz, Ahrefs, or Majestic. You might find that, you know, the guys that are doing these kinds of sites for credit stuff, they might be SEO guys, and that because they're SEO guys doesn't mean they're always very good SEO guys. They could be doing a lot of spamming. They can be doing a lot of nasty stuff that you just don't want to get you just don't want to have backlinks coming from, okay? So just be careful and go and check a little bit manually as well with one of those services so that you can have a look at the type of backlinks they've been getting and the type of anchor text that they've been using, okay? Right, let's come back over to the document. Is everybody clear so far, the things that we covered so far? How to set up different profiles in Namecheap. looking at SERP Drive for getting large amounts of good SEO metric domains at very, very low cost. It's actually almost at cost price if you think about how many domains we get there. There's other services that we can use as well. I'll cover briefly. Just see the questions. Paul, sharing domains means my partner can also post into that domain. Yeah, your partner can also post into that domain. When you're in the desktop tool, Paul, in here, you can see I've got my HTML blog tab. I've got my WordPress tab. That's if I've got any self-hosted PBN sites or any self-hosted WordPress site, okay. In here you can see you've got your videos tab and you've got the social bookmarks tab as well. Now, if I am in any of these posting tabs, I can click where it says websites and I can click on load the sites. Once you have added somebody to be able to use your websites, when you're going to manage users, once you added another user to be able to use your website, when they click on load the sites in here, that site will start to populate so that they can post into, and vice versa. If they do the same for you as well for some of their domains, then when you populate this area, those domains will come in here, okay? It's a pretty simple system. It's a very, very neat system, very efficient and very intuitive to use, okay? You can see at the top here how many posting quotas you got in there. You see I've got an admin account at 500,000 or something there. So you can see up here. What we will do is we will put a couple of links where you can go and purchase more credits up here as well, so that whenever you're ready you can do it all from basically the desktop tool. You can navigate to wherever you need to get more credits if you choose to. Okay. But they have to be a member as well, Polish. Or the other way to do it is to give them your username and password. And in the settings area, you will put in your username and password in the software. Okay. Talking about the settings, one of the things you're going to have to put in a YouTube API key so that you can pull back videos. So if you want to add YouTube videos into your PBN posts, we need that YouTube API key. We need the automated capture solver. Now we moved from the other tools, all the other captures that's set for 2 capture. For this one we can be a little bit more flexible, but I do recommend you use 2 capture, okay? Spinners we do definitely need. You can use any of these, the best spinner, spin rewriter, word AI, they're all good enough to be able to use with this. For the indexer, I would definitely recommend, out of all these ones in here, 1 hour indexing, okay? We will be removing these other ones and we will be adding some more. So if you've got any recommendations of any indexing service that you prefer, you can mention it in the Skype group, and hopefully we can get to this early next week where we will be adding some extra indexing services. We will be removing some. From these existing ones we got in here, 1 hour indexing is by far the best, okay? It's a little bit more expensive than the others, but it does get better results, okay? And you need to put in your Moz API as well, which you can get for free with a free account. Okay, let's come back to the document. Any questions, you can put them in at any time, guys. I've got it open in the second screen so I can see them as and when they're coming in. Okay, so let's have a look at other places where we can get some domains, okay? We've got this one here called PBNHQ.com. This is a little bit better than SERP Drive, and the reason it's a little bit better than SERP Drive is because they manually check each domain, okay? So we can click on here where it says buy expired domains. They've also got a tool, but it's about something over $100 per month, I believe. Just come in here and sign in. Okay, when you've logged into PBNHQ, you need to create an account. You can go into what they call the marketplace, and it's going to pre-populate with some domains. Now what you need to notice in here is it's got a price down here. This is not the price for purchasing the domain from Namecheap or GoDaddy. This is their price for finding the domain, but you can find some good domains for as little as $5 for their service. Okay, plus you need to go and purchase on Namecheap.com. But this is better quality than SetDrive because they do manually spam check each domain. So you can have, this is cheaper than using a virtual assistant if you think about it. Okay, because you can run through these pretty quickly, and you know the job has been done properly. Okay, by these guys. They've also got a tool called Domain Ronin, which is pretty good, and it will go and find a whole bunch of domains. But you have to go through a learning curve with it. It is, about $100 per month or something. I like to just come in here and find some good domains, and you can see the trust flow, the citation flow, domain authority, page authority, all that kind of stuff in here as well. Okay, and you can see what kind of categories and stuff it's had before. This is slightly better, probably a lot better than SetDrive because they're doing the manual spam check, and you can get them for as low as $5 for their service for doing the spam checking. If you're going to use this one, use it for your blogs. Okay, you can use SetDrive. If you're going to use this for your HTML blogs. Use SetDrive for your bookmarking sites and video sharing sites. Okay, and keep your very, very best domains for your HTML blogs. When we go into the later webinars where we are doing some over-the-shoulder sort of tiered linking stuff, you will see that we're using the blogs as the tier 1 links often. Okay, and the other types of sites, they will be doing the backlinking to the blogs. Okay, another one we can look at. Actually, let's have a look at the URL finder inside our tool here with the Alpha Networks. Now, if you do not have the URL finder, I think it was one of the OTOs. This is a very, very good tool, and it was based on somebody else's tool that came out about a year ago, and I liked the strategy, but I didn't think they did it properly. So basically, we did it properly because their strategy meant that we give you some broken links inside YouTube, descriptions, etc. But you had to go manually click through to see if it was available. Okay, and you can see with the amount of red in here how many of those broken links are not actually available. And if you were trying to do that manually, that would be really, really, really frustrating, which is what happened to me. And I thought, let's do this properly. And so I've created it that we can go and we can automate the whole thing. And so, for example, when we come down here when it's green, I can right click on it. I can click on Buy on Namecheap. And should be available. Yeah, that domain is available. I don't need to click one by one and get frustrated. It's telling me exactly what's available and what's not. Okay, let's try one more. This one called leadsdemon.com. Yeah, that's available as well. Now, the advantage of using this tool is because it's really fast. We can get some SEO metrics if you've got your Moz API stuff in here. But we can also find domains that have got some traffic already. So you can see, for example, this one, coldcallfacts.com. If you're into lead generation, you can go and purchase that right now on Namecheap if you want to. You can see that video was put up 9 years ago. You can see that it's a 9 years old domain at least. Okay, and you can see that it's got a video with 12,000 views that is linking to that domain. Okay, it might be linking to an inner page. You don't need to worry about that. In the server side of things, like the htaccess when we're using, when we're putting websites up, we have done all the 301 redirects. So any previous sort of URLs or any previous sort of unique posts with unique URLs with those expired domains, they all are being redirected to the homepage of the domain when you put it inside Alpha Networks. Okay, there's no heavy plugins to worry about or set up. We've done all that in the background with that kind of stuff. So, I mean, these two domains are available. One we know is at least 9 years old, another one at least 2 years old. Okay, and we can get some information here about the views. Now, if I want to get rid of these red ones, and it's still running right now because it was actually running about 80,000 searches from Google and from YouTube results, all I need to do is click over here where it says delete, and I can delete not available, and that leaves me just these ones to work with that are available. Okay, so I can sort this by views, and I can sort this by likes, dislikes, age, etc., etc. And we can find some good domains, and we do need to do some extra checking, but it's a tool that is very, very useful for a lot of things. What you will also notice in here is that from time to time you will see sort of Web 2.0 kind of URLs like WordPress.com and maybe Blogger, etc. You can find some expired Web 2 accounts in here as well. Okay, you just need to go through and look, and all you have to do is go and register on WordPress.com with the subdomain exactly the same as what you find. Okay, so this just keeps running. The other advantage of this tool over the one I mentioned before is that we can put in bulk keywords in here. Now what I like to do is go over to excuse me, go over to a website called Suggest. This has just been purchased by Neil Patel, which I think most people are familiar with Neil Patel. You can see in here I did a search for lead generation. And when I did the search for lead generation, it's giving me a whole bunch of keywords down here that I can export. What I like to do, prefer to do, is go and find the sort of top entries, the competitive intelligence section here. These are going to be the highest traffic kind of keywords. Okay, take these keywords, you can just simply copy it. You can go over and create a brand new sort of Google spreadsheet. Click on this, and we can come over here and we can simply just paste in what we found over there. Okay, if I expand that out, I've got this. I can just simply copy and paste and put it into the URL finder. Okay, and that's an easy, quick way to find the more sort of high traffic keywords around a particular niche, where we can go and search YouTube for broken links in the descriptions and find domains that are available. Okay, it's a nice, quick, easy way to do it. It's painless, takes a few seconds, and you can get some good ideas for keywords to go and search for. Okay, so URL Finder is pretty good. It's useful for finding some expired Web 2.0 sort of sites, and we can also recreate them using the account creator, which we will get added in today or tomorrow as well. Okay, when you see the account creator, you will see a section like this over here, like I've got in Traffic Scout. When we go into the bulk profiles creator, you can see down here this bottom tab here, create accounts only on selected sites. So what we can do is we can uncheck everything and check Web 2 embed sites for Web 2.0 kind of sites like WordPress.com, etc. And we can choose just specifically WordPress.com, and we can upload a file that we can use with this. Okay, so that we can put in any script Web 2.0 accounts that we found. Okay, very, very quick and very, very easy. You do have to manually do the proxies to do it properly though, the captures, sorry, to do it properly. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, George, you bought Alpha Centauri. Okay, George, if you give me your Skype ID, if you can put in your Skype ID, I'll get one of the VAs to sort you out, okay? If you put in your Skype ID in here, I can copy and paste it and get a VA to do that right now for you, to help you. It's abasuggest.com, Polash. Go to abasuggest.com. And it should redirect. He's actually just purchased this, so he's actually just, let me just give you this full URL. He's changed it from Suggest. This must have happened just in the last sort of 24, 48 hours. There's a whole bunch of these kind of tools for finding, keywords, but the best thing to do for this, for the purpose of the URL finder, is get the high traffic ones, get the high traffic keywords and put it in URL finder in bulk, and just let it run. It will, you know, it won't stop as long as you have set everything up properly with your YouTube API keys and stuff like that, then it's fine. It will just keep running. And you're going to find some good domains in here. Okay, Richard, the link to the Google Docs isn't hyperlinked. Which link do you mean? Oh, okay. These links in here, so we go to, okay, let me do that for you quickly. So we've got setdrive.com. Okay, we've also got PBNHQ. These are the two main ones that I use for finding domains. I also use the URL finder within the Alpha tools as well. There's a tool called Ugly PBN, that's from a guy called Cliff Carrigan. That is going to find you domains that you can get at cost price. I think he's got a one-time cost on that. I can't remember how much, but if you do a search on JVZoo, for example, for Ugly PBN or Warrior, it might be in Warrior Plus, you will find his tool there. It's not expensive, and it's good enough for, you know, finding some domains, but you do need to make sure that you check some of the backlink stuff. And you can even find people selling them on Fiverr and what they're now calling Conquer, which used to be Market Source. In fact, if we go and look on Fiverr.com, let's have a look over here. You see, something is actually kind of shocking. Oh, I've typed in Fiverr. Let's just put in here PBN. Okay. Typed in Fiverr in the search. Okay. And you're probably going to find in here a whole bunch of people that are selling domains that you can go and purchase on Namecheap. Okay. You will find, let's see if I can find one for the PBN domain. So this guy is offering to find two for $5. This guy offering to find trust flow of 20 or above at $15. Now you can run a SEP-Drive search and get, you know, hundreds back of domains that they have sort of semi-spam filtered for about $19. You can run that one time. If you shared that cost with 2 or 3 other people, then that cost comes right down. Okay. There's another guy selling for $5, etc. If you look at people selling PBN links, this is something you can do with Alpha Networks actually, and I'm pretty sure some people are already doing this because it's so cheap to be able to build these sites out. You can actually go and sell these links on places like Fiverr and those kind of sites where, you know, they're actually making quite a lot of money selling stuff. I will create permanent 10 PBN links for $30, for example. If we sort this out by price from high to low, I don't know if I can do that in here. Okay, no we can't. We can sort out by the customer review maybe. And you can see people are selling these links. I mean, how easy would it be for you to go and sell these links? You could pull back your money very, very quickly just using Alpha Networks. And you can put in, you know, good metrics for your PA, DA, for Moz, trust flow, all that kind of stuff, and come into the tool. And to be able to make that post or to make 10 posts, I mean, seriously, it's so easy. It really is easy. We can just put in some scraped content in here. Choose the sites you want to post into, save the changes. Once you've saved the changes, start syndication button, click on that, and within a few seconds you made 10 posts and you made $30 if you compare what he's charging over here. That is not hard for you to do. You can do that very, very quickly, very, very easily with the system, and give a report to them if you want to. If you go over to another site called Conquer, you're going to find even more higher prices over there where you can sell as well. Conquer.io. I'll put the link in for that one. Okay. And you can see here people selling links as well. 5 permanent PBN links, $15. I mean, that is so easy for you to go and do. So easy. This one, he will build you can own your PBN. He's selling for $45. You can sell those as well. I mean, so it's super simple. Max premium PBN, 10 posts, minimum trust flow 25, $175. You could easily do that with Alpha Networks as well. Super simple system that we can use. And people are making good money on this, not just in these kind of sites. You will find that these kind of sites like Fiverr and Conquer, it's a lot of kind of SEO guys, marketers using them. But you can go and sell them on forums, business forums and places like that, for example. Where they're talking about marketing and lead generation, that kind of stuff. You can offer to build PBNs for people. And it's super simple to do. Okay. And you can make good money. You can pull back your money very, very quickly with this system. Oh, okay. Okay, George, I'll give this to my VAs. They will connect with you right now. Okay, just give me a second to connect with them first. Okay, that's done, George. You will get one of my VAs will connect with you and give you access in a few minutes, okay? All right, now let's come back over to the questions. George, ugly PBN is expensive now. Okay. What we'll do probably is the URL finder tool that we've got, George. We will build it out a little bit more. I'm sure we can do a lot more with it. So we'll probably do that if these tools are getting expensive. I still recommend SepDrive for the quickest, easiest way to do it. Okay. Bridge, this has nothing to do with Video Send Alpha. What you will find with our tools and Bridge is that we have often you will see we have similar sort of common tools in every one of them, yeah? The reason for that is because I want to give you the ability to run full strategies with for the strategy that this tool was built around. So for example, Video Send Alpha is built around video syndication. We've got Live Stream Alpha that's built around live streaming to Facebook, to Dailymotion, to YouTube live events. We've got other tools that are doing one specific thing like optimization alphas for on-page SEO stuff. But we always put in some common tools like the account creators, like the social bookmark and Web2 embeds, social bookmark poster for the established sites. That just gives you, a sort of more flexibility for that overall strategy. Whether you're optimizing a video, you still want to get some backlinks in there. Or if you're live streaming a video, you want to still get some backlinks in there. Tools like Video Send Alpha and Live Stream Alpha, they can do bulk posting. I've got people who are posting like 500 videos a day into YouTube without getting banned. We've got other people that are doing thousands of sort of tier 2 Dailymotion links because they can go and create accounts in hundreds. As long as you've got the proxies and as long as you've got your captures balanced there, you can go and create thousands of accounts. So you will see that we've often got some common tools in all of these suites. And we put them in there to give you, a complete flexibility on the strategy that you can go and do quick, easy backlinks. Okay, I've already got them coded once. It doesn't cost me extra to put that into the tools for everybody to benefit, so you can get the most out of these strategies. Even if you purchase just the front end, it's there for you. It will be there for you for the account creators. Okay, so each one of those alpha tools is doing one specific thing. Okay, like the new Traffic Scout Alpha is going looking for keywords and keyword phrases that have got traffic, rather than doing, this massive long tail kind of posts into YouTube where you can find a lot of keywords that you can rank for without any backlinks. Well, a lot of those keywords you can rank without backlinks, but they're kind of useless keywords. They don't have traffic. They don't have any value. What Traffic Scout Alpha does with that strategy is it goes and finds the keywords with traffic and the keywords with high value. So each alpha tool's got its own unique strategy that it's based around, but we will always put in some common tools that is there for your benefit, okay? It's not there to make it similar to the other tools. I'm not putting them in there because I don't have anything else to put in there. I'm putting them in there because I actually think they're useful for that overall strategy for you. And it will even be there for the front end people as well, okay? So we're not holding it back. We're trying to give you the best chance possible to, be able to get rankings and be able to do backlinking very, very quickly, very easily, okay? Let's see, Paul Ash, what type of PBN sites should we build? And that's a good question. There's something we're going to have to cover, Paul Ash, in another webinar, because there's so many things that we can do here with that. For example, the news sites that you mentioned, I'll show you something that I found on Fiverr.com around that particular idea. And there's a guy selling links to news sites that are not Google news sites. They are just plain news sites where, he's got one for Chicago, one for New York, one for different areas. Let me just see if I can find, if I type in Chicago. And you can see he's selling these links really expensive as well. And you can easily build those kinds of sites. Let's see if I can find it with Chicago News. Okay. Try Google News. There's definitely a guy in here that's selling a whole bunch of them. I think he's selling about $10 per link. And they are not even Google News sites. They are just basically news sites that he built in WordPress. I can't find it right now. We'll cover it in another webinar. That's one thing that you can do, and you can go and sell those links on these kinds of service sites. You can even sell them in forums and places like that as well. You can do local PBN sites as well. So if you want to do local sites around a particular area, maybe Illinois or something like that, then you can do that. You can even go even more specific around a particular niche. So you could do like real estate for Louisiana or something like that. You can do anything you want with this system. It's super simple to be able to do. And with the tools that we've got in here, especially for the long tail stuff, that we can easily add in those locations to do like sort of bulk backlinks with those locations and even maps embedded into the posts that we do, so that you're getting relevant kind of backlinks coming back into your money sites, okay? There's a lot of flexibility. Typically, we can build out these sites for the HTML blogs is what I'm going to be using more for these sort of tier one kind of links. But we'll get into that strategy stuff a little bit later because there's so many variations. What you can do with this as well, though, is you can, for example, go and create pretty quickly maybe 50 or 100 bookmark sites and 50 or 100 video sharing sites within the system. You can use this for doing mass backlinks to a YouTube video, where we know that they can absorb, velocity kind of backlinks, bulk backlinks all hitting at one time. We know that we can do that with YouTube. So it doesn't always have to be tiered linking within the Alpha Network system, where you've got bookmarks from your Alpha Network's bookmark sites linking to your Alpha Network's blog sites. You could be using them to link to YouTube videos, to press releases, to Dailymotion sites as well. So you've got a lot of variety and flexibility there that you can use. It's a fantastic system. When you think about the price and what other people are charging for this kind of thing, so it's great value, fantastic system. It's something that's there for life as well, and it will just keep getting better. So we can, we can do a lot with it as well. I just come back over here now, come into the tool quickly, and if I remember what I was going to be showing you in a second ago, yeah, we have this tab here called Traffic Redirect. I think it's part of one of the OTO1 or OTO2. What we can do with this, if you're doing something like launch jacking, for example, say, for example, you find there's a product from Sean Donahoe this week for profit builder, okay? And you want to run a backlink campaign. So we can just open this up. If I click on edit the link, it should open up. Hold on a second, I'll get rid of that there. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong here. Let me just restart this tool. Bear with me, guys. I've got to restart the tool. Start it from here. Okay. If I expand this up now, if I go into this little tab here called Traffic Redirect, and I click on Edit this link. Okay, what you can see in here is we got the link name, and I call this one as an example, Launch Jacking Week 1. Okay, and I create a group that we can work within different groups. So I might have some for webinar promos, I might have some for product launches, I might have some for local SEO, I might have some for whatever it might be for a yoga niche site on Amazon that we're building, for example. Okay, and what we can do in here is we can create a sort of cloaked link. Okay, and you can see down here the domain I've got in here is coolpromos.online, which is one of our domains that we put in the admin area. We will add some more domains in here to give it more flexibility. But what you can see is a visible link here I've got is very generic SEO promo. Okay, my destination link is this particular site here. Okay, this is not a real domain. This is just a demo kind of. Just so people can see it. So for example, if I had a link in here for Profit Builder, and then next week there's a launch from Susanna Teresa for InstaSuite, I can take that whole backlink campaign, the complete backlink campaign, and I can redirect it by putting in the link for InstaSuite here for next week. And it's going to take all of those backlinks and do a 301 redirect to the next product launch that I'm promoting. Okay, so if you're doing launch tracking, this is very, very good. If you're doing local services, local SEO services, and you have a client not paying you, you could have this set up that you just simply redirect a link. Okay, this is a very, very good tool, and it's probably underestimated by a lot of people because they don't understand it. But this little tool on its own could save you a bunch of time and a bunch of money, where you can redirect your entire backlink campaigns. Okay. Now, the way that this would work most effectively is, for example, you do maybe 5 HTML blog posts on 5 different, you got 5 different HTML blogs. You put good quality posts in each. Okay. Use that as your tier 1. Within those 5 sites, have one link from this tool. That means there's only 5 links ever need to be changed at any point whenever you're doing a campaign. Your sort of second tier links, your third tier links, any kind of links linking into your HTML blogs, these are all going to be linking there where that doesn't need to be changed. Those 5 PBN posts that you do, PBN blog posts that you do with those 5 different domains, is the only place that we need to place this one link here. Okay, so you can see here my traffic URL is what I'm going to be using for posting into those HTML blogs. Okay, now if we come in here and we change the destination link, that link that's on 5 of your blogs that's got a lot of backlinking coming into it from second tier links, from bookmark sites, from press releases, or whatever it might be, then we change that over to the next promotion that we do, and we've effectively redirected an entire backlinking campaign, okay, onto your next product launch. So you can save a whole bunch of time. You can get a head start on people who are doing those kind of product launches, because they have to start again every single week. They have to start again, okay, or every single promotion they have to start again. You can just come in here, change your destination link, go and get some fresh links, which you can do very quickly and very easily with this system. And, it's going to be very, very hard over a period of time for people to be able to catch you. Now, what I would suggest is that you don't do it every single week with the same backlink campaign, okay? What you can do is, run it for 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 campaigns, then build out a new campaign, okay? And that way you're keeping your backlinks, your backlink campaigns as fresh as possible. But it's super fast and super easy to do. Now, we will have, as I mentioned before, the account creators in here. Use the social bookmarks for videos, okay? Web2 embeds is good. It means you can get your video sort of embedded in a whole bunch of places. The social bookmarks works really well. You can even run up to like 1,500 to 1,000 bookmark links to YouTube videos for free using that tool once we add it in here, okay? And it's all about a numbers game when we're using these kind of tools. So get your captures, balance up, get your proxies sorted, okay, and run it. And get thousands of profiles. Run thousands of profiles. It doesn't have to be at one time. You can run 500 or 50 at a time. Just keep building them, okay? So that when you're inside these tools, I'll show you inside Traffic Scout so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if I'm in a posting tool in here, when I go to the options over here, I can automatically choose the option to bookmark immediately as soon as a post is made, okay? Which is very, very, very cool. Or we got the social bookmarks tab. Okay, so if I add a project in here, I need to have some accounts to be able to do that. I need to run the bulk profile creator. All I need to do is choose this top one up here, choose a little time delay in between them. As long as I got proxies and captures, I can go and run 300 of these, okay? And click on create the profiles and just let it go away and run, okay? And it will start to create these accounts. And that's 15 accounts in every single profile. You won't get 100% success rate, but you will get enough that a numbers game becomes very, very effective using this. So if you combine these little strategy tools like the traffic redirect, and do not underestimate that tool, it's a great tool, with social bookmarking from the established sites with some PBN links, you've got some major, major power in your hands. Massive power you've got in your hands there. And really, really low cost and cheap cost. Okay, let me come back to the questions. Okay. Okay, George, I'm not familiar with that particular person selling the Huffington Post links. I find those kind of links are very, very expensive for the Huffington Post kind of links. I don't know how effective they are personally, but you might find that for the money you spend on those kind of links, that you're better just to go and buy some PBN sites and add them into offer networks. Just treat them nicely. What we've given you here is the technology that you've got a PBN management system. You've got the ability to post. You've got the ability to have the unique IPs. You've got a whole bunch of tiered linking options and even more to come within this tool, okay? Ultimately, the quality of those PBNs that you add in, the domains that you add in, and the quality of the content that you post, especially to the first tier sort of blogs, is entirely in your hands, okay? And you can do a lot more just by buying some extra domains and putting it into this system than maybe buying some Huffington Post links. Richard, yeah, we will add to be able to add your own domains. You're talking about the traffic redirect, so yeah, let me just put that into my list of things to do. I do have in here, if you got any ideas, you can always make suggestions to us. You can see that I've got a little bit further down, I've got this area here that says updates to expect in a few days. I'll put in here domain mapping for traffic redirect. That's a good idea. If you get any good ideas, if it's doable, we'll do it, okay? We're making the tools as good as we possibly can. We're not just building stuff for launches. These tools are around for a long, long time. Okay. Karen, you can still do manual posting to HTML blogs instead of using the content finding. Yeah, Karen, all you need to do is when you're inside your HTML blog area, if I click on here and I click on add, you can put any content you want in here. Okay. You can put any content you want. Now we will have over I would hope by tomorrow, but I can't guarantee, 48 hours maximum, the ability to go and edit those posts as well, and to be able to go and edit inside the Alpha Networks blogs that you've got, okay? It's been meaning to do that, but we had a situation last week where we finally found a way to solve the image captures, which had kind of killed off some of our tools, especially tools like IFTTT Backlink Commando, and tools like Social Bookmark Commando, for example. Because of the reCAPTCHA 2.0, the image captures, because we could not get past those tools were effectively ruined. About 2 days before the Alpha Networks launch, we figured out that 2Captcha had provided a solution, and so we tried to quickly backtrack and get those tools worked on, which has caused a little bit of delays on some of the Alpha Network stuff. But I would say within 48 or 72 hours, you will start to see a lot of updates in here, including being able to go and edit and update posts as well, okay? And you'll be able to update posts in bulk or edit in bulk as well if you want to. But if you want to put in just your own content, it's just a WYSIWYG editor. It's not as beautiful as WordPress editor, but it's workable. It's just an HTML editor in here. You can center, you can add links, you can add videos, images, all that kind of stuff. You can put in your video URLs, and you've got some shortcodes that we can use in the description area too. Okay, we'll cover more about the posting tool in the next webinar. I'm just trying to give you an overview so that you can see what I see with the Alpha Network system, so that hopefully you can get a little bit of the excitement that I've got around this system rub off on you, because we are going to make this something really, really very, very special, even better than it is right now. So hopefully that's rubbing off on a lot of people. Right. Bridge can use the same proxy that you're using for VSA. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And if you've got tools like VidAttack Alpha, for example, if you've got Alpha Centauri, you will have VidAttack Alpha. You could share proxies with other people for those kind of tools, because that is one tool where you will have limitations about how many views and stuff that you can do with your proxies. But other people, other Sentai members, will have exactly the same problem, and you can just switch maybe proxies. You can swap proxies and get more views and stuff. Karen, yeah, with the account creator, we've kept it updated as best as we could over time. So the account creator it's in all of the tools. We put it in all of the tools now. It's too important not to have in there. Okay, so you will see it in all of the tools, and it's there for your benefit. It's not there because we haven't got anything else to put in there. It's because it's such an important tool that I want to get it into as many people's hands as possible. It will save you a bunch of money and a bunch of time, and be able to do backlinking a lot better and faster than your competitors. Okay, so yeah, and it's been updated over the last few days. It's working really, really well again. I think we're getting above 90% success rate, even with those image captures. So we can get those older tools back and working again, like Social Bookmark Commando, the IFTTT Backlink Commando. They're all coming back now. Okay. Yeah, Paul Ash, we will add domain mapping for the traffic redirect tool. Let's see, Paul Ash, anyway, to add expired Web 2 sites like Tumblr, Weebly. Yes, there is with the account creator. When we added in the account creator, you will have that option where you can upload a file, and we will put it under, I will do a video for it, and I will put underneath the video an example of the CSV file with the exact info you need to put in each column, and it will go and recreate those for you. It's semi-automatic though, Paul Ash. Semi-automatic. You can try and fully automate it with 2Captcha. My gut feeling is that it's going to be more success rate if you semi-automate it and you switch the manual capture. But test it when it's in there. Should be there very, very quickly. Okay. Jill saying this is really cool. It's getting better, Jill. It will get much, much better. Okay. Karen, 30 domains with the additional, with the initial offer. How do you buy more than 30 domains later on? When you're purchasing extra credits, you have options there as well. We do throw in some extra domains with credits, okay? So you can build your credits up your domains up. With the OTO1 offer, which is still priced at $47, you get an extra 20 domains and an extra 5,000 posts, Karen. Okay, so if you purchase the front end and the OTO1, you would have 50 domains and 10,000 posts. Okay, when we say posts and when we have the account creator in there for the established sites like the Web 2.0 sites and the established bookmarking sites like Delicious and stuff like that, that doesn't count against your credits. Okay, only the PBN posting. Okay, just to cover our server costs and you know, pay for the maintenance, etc. Okay, so if you've got 20 domains, Bridge, and you want to upgrade, maybe the OTO1 offer at $47 is a good option for you, where you can get an extra 20 domains, you get some extra tools, you can work within the group networks, and plus you get an extra 5,000 credits, all for $47. It's very, very well priced. Nice price. George, where can you find a recording? I will have it on the member area, and I will have a new member area, and we will email everybody who's in Alpha Networks about that tonight. And also, every webinar replay goes onto my blog over at anthonyhayes.me. Okay, you can always find replays there as well. So they will be on YouTube, they will be inside the member area, and they will be on my blog as well. Karen, the front end link is $67. I think that the OTO1, if I'm not mistaken, was $47. If that's not correct, then let me know, because I'm pretty sure I priced the front end and the OTO at the same price. I did put the front end up to 67 after the countdown timer ended. I was going to put it at 97, but I thought 67 gives people extra time to come in and not too much extra money. Okay, but the OTO1, I did not change the price on anything else, just that front end. So I'm guessing it should be 47. All right. So, look, I think we've probably covered a lot for you to absorb today. Okay. You can go through this document. You can, you know, go back and check some of the things that I've covered. Anything that we haven't covered, we will cover in the next webinar. Okay. I don't want to overload you. But it's all very, very easy stuff. It's very intuitive stuff. And by the next webinar, we will have some extra updates that we can cover as well. But we'll start covering more stuff with the posting tool and give you at least one strategy that you can use straight off the bat with the system. Just make sure you get some domains in there. If you have any issues to get any domains in, if you have any issues with your API setting up for Namecheap, for Cloudflare, etc., you can ask for help. The VAs are there, they can help you. Okay. Depending on how many people need help would depend on how quickly we can get to you, because if we got a queue of people, please understand that we might need time to get through that queue before we get to you, if you're at the back of the queue because other people got in there before you. But those three assistants are there to help you, and they will help you if you need, but you do need to give them login details to be able to help you. Okay, so you do not need to be stuck. You've got a fantastic system, very, very low cost. You've got lifetime hosting for those domains. You only purchase for future posting credits after you've used up your initial credits, and we will keep adding some extra stuff into this tool as well for the desktop tool, and some extra tweaks and stuff into the web app. And it's a great purchase, guys. Fantastic purchase for that money. You got a real good value deal. Even if you purchase just the front end, you got a fantastic deal. Okay, is there any other questions before we finish up? All right, if there's no more questions, I'll give it another minute, but if there's no more questions, I think we've covered enough for today. Okay, and hopefully you're a little bit more excited about the system that you just purchased, and go and tell other people about it, because this is a fantastic system that will keep getting better, and they should get in while it's really affordable like it is right now. One webinar per week, Bridge. Yeah, we'll try and keep them on the same day every single week. Okay, in the same time, and the replays will always be in the member area on YouTube and on my blog as well. Okay, Super. All right, guys. Thank you for attending, and I hope you got some value from this. And we will get the webinar replay up probably within about 4 or 5 hours, morning your time. If you're in America, it should be in the member area. Okay. Thanks.